Welcome back to What Are Tea Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the GW Panther, the Tier 7 German SPG. This one's located on the southwest spawn of Outpost, and it's under the command of CL1CKER. And I think there's no better name to describe exactly what he does. He plays Arty. Okay, a lot of players, a lot of ordinary tank drivers accuse Arty players of being clickers, but, well, I suppose that's only because we do tend to press our mouse keys to delete somebody from the game, but so do tank players. That's exactly what they do. So, really, any tank player is a clicker. It's just a derogatory term that they've applied against Arty players. It's not really appropriate anyway, because since everyone does it. Okay, gonna try and hit that super chappy with Splash, although he changes his mind because there's some enemy tanks turned up in the road that leads to the castle entrance. Going for the Leo, rounds out, direct hit. Now this 15cm howitzer is capable of doing 600 alpha, penetrating 39mm of armor with a standard reload of 25.89 seconds. And I'm pretty sure that CL1CKER's managed to reduce that quite a lot. Okay, he's reloaded. 22.4, that's pretty good. 3 seconds off. Okay, the enemy's turned up again. Trying to put the Hellcat out of business. Changes his mind, goes to the Type 58, rounds out. Oh, that was a kill. It hit the side of the turret of the Type 58 and he died immediately. And you notice he's just changed position slightly, moving to one side to avoid any counter battery. The enemy Arty in this game is a FB304 and the other one's a Crusader SP. Unfortunately, that Hellcat's not being very cooperative. I mean, he's using the wreck for cover now. That just makes him a bigger target. Rounds out. And he's out the game as well. Yep, direct hit, went straight through his armor and finished him off. Yeah, he actually put in chat, lol. It was one of those moments when an Arty player would go, yep, okay. It's just very amusing to Arty players. Not to the tank drivers, but it's to us. Of course, you learn to recognize tanks which actually do have relatively thin armor so that you can actually take them out first. Usually they are the tank destroyers or the enemy Arty. Just occasionally you get a light tank as well which has got fairly thin armor. I don't know if he's noticed, but there is an FB304 over on the right to the north of the map at the moment. He's going for the Crusader. And he got that one as well, so he's now up to 3 kills. In fact, he's the only player on his team, in the game actually, who's actually managed to get a kill so far. He's literally tearing the enemy apart, and finally somebody actually manages to get a kill other than the Arty, and it was an easy A who killed our Cromwell B. Rounds out in the heavy tank number 6, direct hit. Now, as a lot of you know, just recently we've had a few problems with the replays. Yes, unfortunately, what actually happened is that Wargaming added an extra layer of data to the replays when they included the starter battle pass, and that meant that the replay sites couldn't recognize the replays, and they're now having to fix this in the next patch that comes in, the micro patch, which is due to come out tomorrow. I say due to come out tomorrow, with no guarantee that that's going to happen. Okay, he's going to try and hit the Leo, but he loses sight of him. Instead, he's now chasing the E25. E25. Oh, he's got a drifting reticule there. Okay. Going to the north, going to take on this KV-1S. Rounds out. Nice. 150, just slightly short, but it's still good. A lot of tank players also don't understand Arty because they just don't have the patience to play it. It does involve a lot of waiting for the reload, and also not only waiting for the reload, and he did get the kill there, but he didn't let us see it, so I'm going to rerun that and let us see that one again. Yes, a lot of patience waiting for the reloads to go in, and also then to watch what actually happens. Let it dial in, let the reload complete, and rounds out. Well, yes, he definitely hit it and killed it, but the wreck hasn't appeared yet, but it will momentarily. There we go. Okay, his next target's to the north, and there's a number of enemy tanks up there. Unfortunately, we just lost our ARL-44. But he fired one round in there. Now, he didn't get that kill. That actually went to the GW Panther. His team are 2 up on the enemy at the moment. And CL1CKER now has 4 kills. It's almost like he's trying to get a top gun. Very effective play. Lining it up where he thinks the guy was. Trying a blind fire. It exploded on the ground, which means that it definitely didn't hit the target. But it could have badly damaged him. Now we've got 2 tanks approaching from the north. The enemy just lost the Hellcat, so we're going to go for this heavy tank number 6 and the KV-1S. And he's going to go for the heavy tank. Rounds out. Direct hit. And a big hit. Left the Hellcat heavy tank on virtually no hit points. Saying that enemy FV304 keeps getting spotted every now and then. Now the bad news is the enemy team has managed to claw back a lot of kills, and now we're equal. Rounds out the suit. Oh! Another kill. Now it's 5. Super Chaffee got wiped out again. Thin armored light tanks. They make great targets. And that KV-1S is about to die. Very low on hit points. Unfortunately, we haven't got an angle at the moment because the tower of the castle is actually blocking. But that Crusader SP has come way too far forward. And it might be that he's actually got the stock gun. And there's the heavy tank number 6. Dialing in, almost ready to go. He'll die. Rounds out. Yep, he's gone. That's the top gun. Now, this could actually go to a Radley Walters now. He is literally tearing this enemy apart. Trying to make up his mind which target to go for. Okay, there is an E25 who's been spotted and he's making his way around, but he's actually headed back to his own cap area. Okay, we're going back to the Rudy. The score is still even. Tracking the Rudy, trying to get a line on him. Okay, wait until he slows down. Rounds out, looks good. No, it wasn't good. And he missed the target. Meanwhile, that FV304 that was spotted up on the north edge of the map has now started moving through the town. Okay, we're going to try and hit that Rudy again. Lines up. Guys coming forward. That's it. Rounds out. Yes, direct hit. 272, and he got some stun assist afterwards. Now he's right down in the corner, so every time he's moving, he needs to move, but if he does move too far, he could actually knock a tree down. Okay, the FV304 is sitting on that corner. We haven't got long to wait to reload. We're going for the T-34-1 though. Rounds out. Oh, it went long. Okay, well, now we've got problems, but can we take out these Arty? The FV304 just tried to shoot at our AMX 12-ton. Lining up. Oh, it's a difficult shot. I don't think we can get it, actually. He's trying to get a solution, but he can't. And the FV304 blows up. Right, now, can we hit this T-34-1? No, because we've got no solution. They're all in cover. The 12-ton goes in, ram kills the Crusader SP. He's now trying to protect himself against that T-34-1, but we've got no solution. We can't hit the T-34-1. Our GW Panther's coming in to help. Rounds out. It goes long over the top of the buildings. And unfortunately, we lose the 12-ton. And the GW Panther is now being hit by the T-34-1, who blows up. So now we've got 3 left on our team, 2 on the enemy team. Still possible to get a Radley Waters, although a little more difficult now. And it looks like the E-25's decided to come down the south route whilst the GW Panther is in the... oh! Well, no chance of a Radley Waters now because the A-46 just wiped out the E-25 from ambush. And now we're going for the GW Panther, who's in the town area. He fires snap. Nope. Get it. Now the A-46 should be able to spot the GW Panther. He is a light tank after all. It's got a much better view range. I think CL1CKER would like that last kill if he can get it. He's changed position now because of course there's no more Arty left in the game on the enemy team. Doesn't need to reposition. The GW Panther must... oh, he's nearby. Very close. And he managed to sneak up by the west side of the map. But we've got a solution. And if he comes into that area, we'll take him. Well, it hits him. Only 2 hit points, though. We're still in cover. Now he can see us. Sixth Sense will probably go off any second. Yep, it did. And he's firing at us, which means he's ignoring the A-46, who puts a round into him. And here comes the kill shot. Do it. Yes, right up his rear. And that wins the game. Here's the end of battle result for the first battle, and it's a first-class tanker for CL1CKER in the GW Panther. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 18. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall, and he also got a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. In fact, he ended up with 7 at the end of that one. 1 short of getting a Radley Waters, but, well, I suppose you can't let the A-46, he had to take out that E-25 by ambush. It was his best way of killing him straight away. And so unfortunately he missed out on the opportunity. But it was a good game, and for a long while, CL1CKER was the only one who was actually scoring kills in the game. In fact, even the enemy team couldn't do it until they finally broke their duck. We look at team score. We can see that he definitely got the highest damage in the game with 2,429 hit points. Second highest damage was the enemy FV304, who earned 1,674 hit points. And the third highest was the KV2 on our team with 1,591. When it came to kills, yes, he got 7 kills out of that one CL1CKER. 3 kills went to the AMX 12-ton, and then 2 kills went to the GW Panther and A46 on our team. And on the enemy team, it's their Crusader SP, the Hellcat, the Heavy Tank number 6, and their Rudy. When it came to base XP, it was CL1CKER. Yep, 976, just under 1,000 XP. 822 went to the MX 12-ton, and 775 went to the KV2. He fired 20 rounds in that game. Well, you don't get a lot of ammunition in this Arty, only 30, so he burned through 2/3 of his ammo. 10 direct hits on the enemy, 2 penetrating shots. Let's see if we can work out which ones. Oh, well, it was the Hellcat he penetrated, and the other one was the GW Panther. Both of those taken out by penetrating shots. Let's have a look at the rest of the detail. He also got 17 splashes on the enemy, 2,429 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 11 of the enemy, killed 7, and 104 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns. He earned 23,983 credits for the battle, and after a resupply of ammunition and consumables, took away 8,415 credits profit, 976 XP, 1,464 experience points taken away altogether. So, yes, he says GW Panther Pro. Well, yes, for a long while, as I said, he was the only one earning kills out of that game. It was just showing his skill. But towards the end of the game, it became a little more difficult because the enemy were aware of where they could move without actually getting hit. And that's half the problem. You know, you have to try and find a position, if you're in a tank driver, to where you cannot be hit by Arty, and that's usually in cover and moving through channels where we can't see or where our scouts can't see. So let's have a look at the second game. And the second replay is on the east spawn of Malinovka. Well, 2 marks of excellence on the barrel of that 15cm howitzer. I think you could actually see when we were looking at the side of it, there's a crane arrangement on the side of the body of the tank. That's actually to be able to lift the turret off the vehicle and put it into an emplacement. Okay, loaded, ready to go. First target was a Barras, but I think he's... Oh, no, he's going after the SCA-1 first. Rounds out. Oh, landed alongside him for only 189. Little bit of stealth nerfing by Wargaming, yes. Non-penetrating values, normally supposed to be half the alpha, 50% of the alpha. And this Arty has a alpha of 600, but you're rarely going to see a non-penetrating shot get close to 300. It should be 300, but nope, you're not going to see it. Okay, he's looking at that SCA-1 again. That SCA turned around, which indicated he was probably going to pull away from that position. Got enemy tanks going up the hill. A Lance and C's been spotted already. There he is. And we're getting a request for fire on the Lance and C, but instead he's going to go for the Comet. Now, CL1CKER has been playing his GW Panther a lot recently. He's trying to mark it. Got 2 marks already. So he's on the last stretch before he gets his 3rd mark. Oh, direct hit. Definitely hit him. Okay, the Comet's appeared again. We're almost loaded. Lining up a shot. Can he get both of them together? Bit of hesitation there, but he fired the thing in. Unfortunately, his shell went long and the BC-58 was missed. You'll notice he's being very careful not to knock any trees down, and that's for good reason. Arty players don't like to advertise exactly where they are, and if you knock a tree down, the enemy Arty might be looking and they might decide to fire around it and see if they can hit. Well, that landed alongside the T-29 and he took some damage directly afterwards. So although it doesn't show that he's actually earned a lot of damage already, he has actually earned quite a bit. Okay. Lance and C disappeared from sight. Rounds out. Another shot alongside the target. Only 215. Oh, 4 enemy tanks together. Oh, that's such a juicy target. He's marked the ground to let his teammates know I'm going to fire a round in there. Rounds out. BZ. 219. Our T-54 Mod 1's in a bit of danger there because that T-29 is going to come around the corner and poke him in the rear. His teammates on the rise need to come down and help him by wiping out that T-29. Rounds out. Well, that was a nice hit on the T-29 and a huge amount of stun assists off that one. The T-29's out the game. Unfortunately, we lost the T-54 Mod 1, or did we? No, we didn't lose him. He's still alive. Just hanging on there. I thought we did lose him for a second. T-29, rounds out. Yeah, right into the side of the vehicle, but just look at that. Only 203 hit points. Should have been 300 or thereabouts. It was a direct hit on the side of the vehicle. Non-pen, it should have been 25% up or down on 300. All we get is 203. That's Wargaming stealth nerfing of Arty. Trying to line up a shot on the Hellcat, who's driven into the wall at the edge of the map. Rounds out. Well, it probably would have hit him anyway. I think he saw that there's possibly an enemy tank down in the south. We've got 3 tanks down there to defend our cap area. That AMX 1357 is in a very difficult position to hit, and there's an ELC in there as well. Meanwhile, we're going for the Object 274A. Rounds out. Well, he died before our shell got there. I think there was a bit of indecision by CL1CKER on when he should actually fire. I've noticed a lot of players who fire from above or use the overhead method, which is what CL1CKER does. It can sometimes make them indecisive over shooting, whereas if you use battle assistant, you have a much better view of what's actually going on when you shoot. And therefore you tend to fire more quickly, sometimes prematurely, because of course if you fire too soon and then the target stops or the target exposes themselves in such a way as you can actually get an easy hit and you've already fired, then you've just got to wait. Now that Barask appears to be behind the house, but he's going to go for... Oh, no, well, the AMX 1357's gone. So he's now trying to land a shell behind the house. The Barask is probably there, so he's going to try and splash him. Rounds out. Well, it landed in the right spot. We'll have to wait and see. The scores are even at the moment. This could still go either way. But the enemy is 1,000, or we're 1,000 hit points down on the enemy, rather. I think we lost too much in the way of hit points up on top of the hill. It's going to try the other side this time. Rounds out. Okay, the ELC's trying to hide behind the windmill, and that's not going to work too well for him because we can land the shell right alongside him, and that should really hurt him. Rounds out, straight away. You see, he can't move away from the windmill without getting shot. More than likely that shell actually did stun him, but because he's got great camo, he can sit behind that windmill. It's very difficult to see what's going on. He's marked the spot again. He's going to give it another go. Rounds out again. Oh, so close. He might have actually hit the guy if he hadn't ducked behind the windmill as quickly as he did. I'm pretty sure he'll give it another shot. The ELC's decided to pull away because it's not worth staying there, and he did get hit. Can we put another one into him? He's slow, rounds out. And that's a kill. Nice kill. Now, the big worry is that ELC790, the one that's actually in the dip underneath the lookout position. He might actually come out of that dip and start hunting us, or could. Try to yet. Didn't get that one. Our King Tiger captured, and our Lurva could actually make their way over to the north to try and find the enemy Arty. They probably don't have that many tanks actually in that area. CL1CKER's realised that now. He's marking the ground to try and encourage his teammates to go in there. And the SDA-1 has turned up other side of the hill from the Lurva. And we now know where the enemy Arty is as well, because we just saw the shells zip past. Okay, rounds out, going for the M2Y. So after we lost the King Tiger captured, we've lost the initiative up in the north, really. I mean, yes, we do have a Baraska, we do have a Lurva, but the enemy seems to be able to hold us back. Well, there goes the SDA-1, and we've pushed back the Barask in the south because our Barask and T-54 Mod 1 have moved up. In fact, that's the same T-54 Mod 1 I thought had actually died earlier in the game. Try and hit this M2Y. Tree went down there, somebody's there. And he got some damage, 113, all counts. Now he's actually moving forwards whilst he's looking and aiming. Got some stun assist there. Fires the shot in blind. He still has 7 rounds of ammunition, although some of that ammunition is the heat rounds and the others the extra HE with no stun. Okay, so the enemy Scorpion just took out our Lurva. We are getting closer and closer to the enemy. Our Barask should be able to do the job of finding out where the enemy is. And of course, there's the Scorpion. We're loaded and rounds out. This should hit. It did. And it's a kill. Now that the enemy has been uncovered, 2 of them in sight. The Barask is spotting the Lorraine. Go for the Lorraine. That's it. Get the Lorraine with the shot. He dies. M2Y now. He dies. That means there's only 2 left. The Barask and the ELC790. Oh, and the Barask. The ELC790 just killed our Barask. And there's the ELC. And he dies. Drive-by our Barask. And there's the last one. The enemy Barask. Just killed our Barask. Line this one up. Well, he wounded him, but unfortunately now it's just the T-54 Mod 1 and CL1CKER against the T-50, an enemy Barask rubber. This is going to be very difficult. Okay, 2 minutes to go. The enemy Barask has got the firepower to take out the T-54 with just 1 shot. And he does. Can we get the kill shot? Lining it up. Gonna probably be a defeat now, but rounds out. Yeah, unfortunately that shot didn't connect. And we can tell the Barras probably coming straight for us. And we're not loaded. It's been a massive game in terms of damage, but sadly, unfortunately, our team just whittled away at the end. Here he comes. And that was unfortunate. Well, even though that was a loss, it was a third mark game for CL1CKER in the GW Panther, as well as an ace tanker game on top. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 14, and he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. But sadly, yes, it was a loss. He got wiped out in the end because most of his teammates just died off one after the other. And so, yes, he was left alone with that Barask, and that normally doesn't bode well for the Arty. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see that the highest damage in the game was actually done by that Barask. At the end, he got 4,450 hit points of damage, so he was quite a good player. Second highest damage was CL1CKER with 2,846, and the third highest damage was his Barask with 2,747. When it came to kills, it was the Barask, yes, 5 kills to him, 4 kills to the BC58 on our team, 3 kills to the ELC790 on the enemy team, and CL1CKER only got 2, I'm afraid, in that one. And when it came to base XP, the enemy Barask managed 1,312. He was the only player to get over 1,000. The next highest being their ELC790 with 933. And after that, it was CL1CKER with 845 in that one. He was bottom tier, so obviously he was hitting higher tier opponents and then the extra XP every time he did that. But it was a loss in the end. Let's have a look at detail. He fired 27 rounds, so he only had 3 rounds left at the end of the game. 5 direct hits on the enemy and 2 penetrating shots as well. I think we can tell which ones the penetrated. Yes, the Scorpion. He got that direct hit on his rear and took him out. And he actually took out one of the ELC790s as well with a direct hit on top of that. And when it came to splashes, he got 16 on the enemy as well. 2,846 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Received 1 hit. It was a kill shot. It penetrated and wiped him out. 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 2 were killed, and 2,311 hit points of stun assist off 15 stuns. He earned 36,960 credits for the battle, 3,570 for the Achievements Award. That's for getting a Battle Hero medal in a losing or drawn game. 60,795 credits altogether, and after ammunition resupply and repair, he took away 26,649 credits profit. 845 XP for the battle, 468 for the Achievements Award here, and 1,970 experience points altogether. So, yes, it's very, very nice indeed, and congratulations to get your 3rd mark of excellence. Sad that it's on a loss, but then he did fight well. He put up a big fight during that game. Unfortunately, his tanks did not. As you can see, yes, a few tanks with absolutely no damage whatsoever. And CL1CKER right at the top of the table, showing he was performing as hard as he could to get his team to win. But his team wasn't up to it in the end. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.